During the 1800s, European societies were run by powerful monarchies and the social system of capitalism. Capitalism is a social class in which private property is owned and social classes exist. Kings, emperors, and czars ruled with complete charge. Over 90% of the people during this period were living in poverty and harsh conditions. The only people succeeding were the bourgeoisie, also known as the rich. Proletariats, also known as the working class, were at the bottom of the social scale and worked in factories or businesses that the bourgeoisie owned. Karl Marx is one of the most influential thinkers of all time and became a global influence. Marx was born on May 5, 1818 in Trier, Germany. He studied law in Bonn and Berlin University. There he was introduced to the ideas of Hegel and Feuerbach. Marx majored in philosophy, and in 1843, him and his wife Jenny moved to Paris, which was in a very radical questioning era. Marx became a revolutionary communist and met his lifelong collaborator Friedrich Engels. Marx worked as an editor with many liberal newspapers, but had gotten fired from most of them because governments did not approve of his ideas. He was poor and never made much money, but Engels always supported him with financial aid. France kicked him out, and he moved to Brussels and Belgium. In 1847, the Communist League was created and is known as the first Marxist political party, and it was due to this group that Marx and Engels wrote the famous Communist Manifesto, which was published in 1848. The Communist Manifesto is recognized as one of the world's most influential political writings. It contains the theories of Marx and Engels about society and politics focusing on class struggle. The manifesto is divided into 4 sections. His writings were mainly about abolishing class struggle and the harsh relationships between them, the bourgeoisie and the proletariats. He believed that the Industrial Revolution had enriched the wealthy and impoverished the poor. He wanted the workers to overthrow the owners. He quoted, "The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite." Marx believed in a classless society and described communism as a form of complete socialism in which all productions are controlled by the people. He believed that the capitalist system would eventually destroy itself and lead to the overthrowing of the rich and create equality for all. Private property wouldn't exist and all goods and services would be shared equally. Marx's ideas were very influential, and leaders such as Vladimir Lenin, Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong, and Fidel Castro used his ideas in their time in power. Although these leaders didn't follow Karl Marx's exact ideas of communism, these leaders changed it to what would benefit them more. Historians argue that Marx would not have wanted his ideas to be used in the way that these leaders used them. During Marx's final years, his health has declined. After the death of his daughter and wife, Marx was in extreme discomfort. He died on March 14, 1888, and was buried in Highgate Cemetery in London. Engels wrote a meaningful speech for his collaborator and very close friend. Marx had the words, "Workers of the world unite," engraved on his stone, which is the final line of the Communist Manifesto. History has a lasting effect. Karl Marx is an example of this. His ideas influenced the world and are still used in current countries. Marx is the main reason for communism and socialism existing today. There is still a gap between the rich and poor, and there is still class struggle. Marx is so influential that he was used as a character in the novel Animal Farm by George Orwell. Marx is depicted as a pig who urges the animals to revolt against their farmer. He motivates the animals to want more and rebel. He dreams of equality on the farm. All in all, Karl Marx had made his mark 125 years ago, and that mark has not gone away.